Hello friend, myself Sanjeev Dwivedi on behalf of Vidyalankar Institute of Technology. I welcome you all in this Java session. In this session, we are going to talk about applets. Oh, this is interesting. See, you can understand the type of program that we have written up till now. We call them as console applications. Means in these applications, we used to create program on our machine. We used to compile, execute on our machine, and the input and output was through a console. Like, okay, so we have not created any form. We have not designed any form as such for input and output, and we haven't created any program that can be uploaded and downloaded across the network. Well, with applets, you're exactly going to create such kind of programs. So what are applets? Applets are small Java program that can be uploaded and downloaded across the network. So actually, the real essence of platform independence can be experienced through applets. Now, when it comes to applet, these are small application and it includes life cycle. See, applet life cycle. Now, before we go to applet life cycle, I would like to show you a sample code in applet. See, we can see this is sample code. This is how we write applet code. This is how we write applet code ideally. Okay. Okay. So the first thing is when I'm writing a Java program, I need some packages. So here the package that we imported is java.awt. Okay. Java.awt is for paint and java.applet package for the applet class. Correct. So these are two packages that we need to import. And now if you can have a look here, if you can have a look here at this code, at this code, at this code. Okay, what we have, it's basically an HTML code and written in comments. If you can see how it is written in comment. So ideally, what we think, like if anything is written in comment, it is not supposed to be executed, right? There is something significant about it. We'll talk about it. So it's like applet code equal to applet x. Applet x is basically the name of the class that extends applet. Width and height of the applet window that we will see, it is 400 pixels and height is 400 pixels, and it is closed. Now, whenever we desire to create a thread, we create a type class that extends thread, or we create a class that implements runnable. Now here, whenever we desire to create an applet, we create a class that extends applet. Now with applet method, you gain access to, with applet package, sorry, applet class, you gain access to certain methods like init, start, stop, destroy. Now, what are these? These are the methods of life cycle of an applet. Now, what is init? Init is a method that gets invoked. See, if you can see here in applet, we do not have run method. Sorry, main method. Here we do not have main method. Ideally, what we have experienced up till now is my program execution starts with main, but that is not the case with applet. These are the program, like the way I said, it is not going to run under the control of your machine. These are program that runs on browser. So these are programs that execute, that can be uploaded and downloaded across the network. So they will need a browser, or we can use a special tool known as applet viewer. So remember, whenever you intend to create an applet, you create a class that extends applet, and then you invoke init method. Now init, you don't invoke, it gets automatically invoked as soon as my applet is loaded. Okay. So init method actually it activates an applet. Correct. Init method. So when init method is invoked, applet is activated. Now automatically start to what we write in init method. Normally, if I'm creating a form, I can add buttons, background color, foreground color. Such initial static state of a form can be specified in init method. Now, after init method, start method is automatically invoked. Now, once the start method is invoked, now my applet goes into running state. And whatever and it continues to be running state by calling paint method again and again. Whatever we intend to display on the applet, we can write it in paint method. Actually, we don't display, we draw. So I have created an applet with 400 pixel with 400 pixel height. This is, let's say, 400 pixel and 400 pixel. Now what I'm saying, I'm using a method drawString. It is a graphics method, graphics class. So paint method will take reference of graphics class. So paint method belongs to AWT. You just have to import it and directly use it. Now there are many such methods. I mean, it drawString, draw oval, draw rectangle, draw round rectangle, draw polygon. You can refer these methods and it is available. But this is one method that I'm going to show you here. So I'm drawing a string hello at 100 comma 100 position. So let's say this is 100, this is 100, this is X, this is Y. So 100 comma 100 here we will get output as hello. Correct. Now it will continue to be in paint method. We can call paint method again and again by using which method? Repaint. So if I intend to call paint again and again, I'll make use of repaint. Now once paint is done, then I can stop the execution of a thread by using stop method, and my thread goes to block state. Now if I want to reinstate it, I can again call start method. See, I can again call start method. So init thread is activated with initialize. It acts like a constructor. It acts like constructor. Thread is activated, start method is invoked, thread into running thread, and it will continue to display whatever we have specified in paint. We can stop the execution of the applet using stop method. Applet enters into block state, and we can reactivate it using start method. And we can kill a thread using destroy method. So this is the life cycle. Now we can compile and execute. Now how do we, I mean, how we have compiled Java? It is javac filename.java, Java file name. With applet it is different. Let's see how. I want to compile this code. This is applet X. Let's see. So here we can see. So it is in Java proc folder. It is in Java proc folder. Java C applet x.java, applet viewer applet x.java. Now here I'm going to make use of tool applet viewer to show the applet output, and the output is this. See, here we have the output. Here we have the output. Approximately at 100 we get hello displayed. So this is applet. We can see that. See, applet. If we stop it, see applet stopped. This is known as status. This is known as status bar of applet. And see, it is applet stopped and hello is no longer visible. I can again start it. Hello, applet started. So this is a program that acts not only demonstrate the life cycle, but I mean, we have seen one example. So let's go back to our applet. Applets, it is born state or initialization state, and then running state, idle state. Idle is block state, and dead or destroyed state. These are the states in the life cycle of an applet. Initialization state. Applet enters initialization when it is first loaded. So when you write applet viewer file name dot java, then the applet is loaded for execution, and this is done by calling init method. It is automatically invoked. You don't have to specify. The sequence goes like this: init start, paint, stop, start. It goes like this. See, once again, let me say. See, it is init. We have init, and then we have this is activated. We have start, and then it is running. we have paint, it continues to be in state, and then stop, it goes to block, and we can restart it using start again. And then if we use, destroy, it goes to dead state. This is how the life cycle goes. You can, just understand this. Okay. So at initialize state, it create the object needed. Any object that we need by the object. Like if we found to add a button to an applet, the button creation will be done in INIT. If I want some checkboxes on applet, it should be done in INIT. We can set up the initial values like background color, foreground color. We can load the font, set up colors. And in INIT is called only once. See, INIT is called only once, destroy is called only once. Start, stop can be called many times during the life cycle of a applet. Running state. Applet enters into running state when system calls the start method. It occurs automatically after the applet is initialized. Start can be called if applet is already in idle state. Like if an applet is blocked, then also we can call start method to restart my applet. Start may be called more than once. Start may be overridden to create thread to control the applet. Here in start method, I can add any code that we want before my applet start displaying something. So if I intend to create threads, I can specify the code in start method. Idle method, an applet becomes idle when it stops from running. Stopping occurs automatically when user leaves the page containing the applet. So if you leave the page, which is, suppose you have some animation displayed on an applet and you leave that page, then ideally that animation should stop because the paint method is stopped. Stop method can be overridden to terminate the thread using, if I'm so if I can override the stop method to actually kill a thread which is initiated in start method. So start method we can create a thread, and in stop we can override to kill a thread. Dead state, an applet enters into dead state. Once it's gone, the memory, there are memory assigned to the applet when it is executing, and then memory should be removed, and it occurs automatically by invoking the destroy method. Destroying also occurs only once in the lifetime of an applet. It can be overridden. Now what happens with destroy is, like, we can override destroy method to remove all the resources that is held by the thread. So in start we can create thread, in stop we can kill a thread, and in destroy we can remove the resources allotted to the thread. Let's see a small comparison on applet. Applet are the program that we're talking about, an application or normal program which we have seen before applet. So these are program in what happens in applet. In applet we do not have main method. Here in application we use main method. It cannot run independently. Applet needs applet viewer or browser, and it can run independently. Applet cannot read and write files from local computer. It is restricted because they can harm the computer if these are malicious code. Application, they can read and write the files from the local machine because these are application file programs, and they cannot communicate. See, applet cannot communicate with other servers on network. Application can. Applet, obviously this is some restriction on applet just for security. Applet cannot run any program from local computer. Application can. And applets are restricted from using the native libraries of C++. The application, since they are safe, they are trusted because they're created, executed on my local machine, and they are under the control of my local system. So we call them as trusted application because they're not going to access any resources outside their local scheme of development. So this is about applet and application. For further detail, you can refer Hubbard Schill, Java to complete reference. Thank you very much.